Funny pregnant donkeys is what I am. Funny pregnant horse is what I am. But I was trying to be a cinephile or the movie enthusiast for a long time, and there was some ups and downs in my life. But watching movies and being a critic is the most easiest thing I ever did, as from artistic point of view, because many people who are not talented enough to created art, they would like to criticize the arts of other. I don't think any movie is great or any movie is bad. The art is subjective, and even the worst of worst movie has an audience. There would be some reason that the movies of Salman Khan perform so well, and they do because of this pathetic thing we had for means art is subjective. You watch everything you want to watch. So as I am also not that talented, I thought of watching some movies and being a critic. Being a movie critic, my inspiration were that one female YouTuber who suggests movies in outrageous ways. Like she will describe the movie in ways and in shorts and clips, like in some different ways. So anyway, so I'm a funny donkey, and I'm reporting what did I find on the journey to be a cinephile. I thought being a cinephile takes 1 year, 2 years. It fucking takes forever, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. It takes 10, 20 years. Means I have invested 5 years into this, but let me be honest, that this was the most exhausting thing I ever did, and I did not enjoy it at all. I started my journey in class 9th, and I'm in second year of my college. And one thing I learned about this thing is that the set doesn't get any easy. You enjoy watching movies, and then you enjoy it too much because you have watched all the good movies there is. But then you go into that, you have to watch more, then you will start watching fucking 7 hour long videos of a painting to think you're a cinephile. But that is not. I am quitting this thing. I don't want to be a cinephile. I just want to enjoy my pathetic movies that I love watching. I love watching the movies of Salman Khan and stuff, and I want to continue that. So this is what I'm capable of right now, is to give a list of movies that I watch. I have watched like 200, 300 movies, great ones, the Emmys, the Oscars. But mostly I realized that what did I realize of that? I realized that as number of books, there are infinity number of movies that you could watch, and Hollywood is like a poly has a monopoly over this market. So my journey started with Parasite. I know it is a weird pick. I've watched some good movies from India cinema as well, like what's the movie of Irfan Khan, The Life of a Pi, or the adaptation of Macbeth, Heather, Othello, Omkar. I watched those, but after watching Parasite, I got into the feeling like I should watch more movies and being a critic. It is what that I dreamt of. So the Parasite movie was actually great. I would say it was one of the best movie I ever watched. It has that feeling you get after watching it for the first very time, because you learn many new things after rewatching that movie again and again, like that symbolism between the how rain causes poor suffering while it causes pleasure to the rich. So that was that. So Parasite for me is the thing that got me into like this watching movies. So I'm jumping ahead a few movies that I don't remember watching, but I remember like pirating this movie called Seven from a clingy, what was the word? Kharab website. The website with too many ads, creepy, those kind of website. And I remember watching this 1 hour 40 minutes film for like 30 minutes, then I gave up because it was hard for me to, process what was going on. And also like clicking movies after one another, that was exhausting because the ad won't give up. I did. So I gave up watching like 7. Then uh, I also am like missing a few movies that I watched in between, you know. Then I watched Stater Island. This movie was like boring to watch for the first time. For last 30 minutes, it was a great movie. I watched it with my brother, and the twist was amazing. Even today, I think like what a movie what that was, because after watching Stater Island, I thought myself was a cinephile. I would suggest this movie like whenever, every chance of conversation I had in my class 10th, I would say like watch Turtle Island, and it is a great watch, and it still is. So I thought, it was like getting competitive. Many of my friends have watched more movies than me, so I thought myself as a fake cinephile. So I thought, why not like be more competitive and watch few, because it's just watching a movie. So then I got into my watching some musicals. And La La Land, I watched like many other musical as well, but I picked La La Land because it still haunts me today. It has the most insufferable ending there is. So I watched La La Land. Nothing more to say about it. It was one of the greatest movie. Then Wolf of Wall Street. The picture I'm using is weird, but that movie was great. 3 hours felt like 30 minutes because it was so high paced and filled with obscene scenes. That is entertaining, and I thought myself like this movie is good, but it won't classify me as a cinephile. So I moved on and switched and watched some other movies because I thought being a cinephile means watching boring, pathetic movies and analyzing a flower pot. There is like you examine the picture with fucking uh, real life entities like you, the how a protagonist is holding a pen for 7 hours, and you think how society is treating men like that. I thought being a cinephile is what that is, but I've realized right now that being a cinephile doesn't mean sit. It is a term that is created by us and us alone. So then I got into my Tarantino arc. I watched Pulp Fiction. It was like the fourth or fifth movie that I watched of Tarantino, and it was still is uh, great. Those scenes where I I didn't understand the ending that much, but it had some good scene, like the cafe scene when the people were like fighting for the gold bars, or that the fat guy was getting fucked. It Then I was sourcing redemption, and for I watched it before, it gave me some kind of hope. Then I thought, let's watch some Daniel Day Lewis movies, because he's considered the greatest actor alongside with Jack Nicholson and Marlon Brandon. So I also watched On the Waterfront sometime after watching this movie. No, no, not sometime. Like I watched it recently. Then I got into my arc of watching Korean movies. I watched a lot of Korean dramas, not a lot of dramas, but a lot of suspense movies. And my God, Korea makes one of some of the greatest suspense thriller movie there is. But I chose Old Boy to represent the Korea side of movies because it is most recognizable and most famous one. And Old Boy on its own is one of the greatest movies Korea has ever produced. The incest was too much for me, but I would say it did its part. So, yeah. Anyway, moving along. Let's move on. So, what is the movie that is coming next? Forrest Gump. Also, I got into the watching Tom Hanks movie as well because Tom Hanks created some of the greatest movies like Saving Private Ryan, Forrest Gump, uh, the FedEx driver where he got stuck on an island. Then the newest one that came off the Netflix, Othello, Olio, Old Boy, something like that, where he was suiciding and he said got saved by his Mexican neighbor. So that was my journey of Forrest Gump. And still Forrest Gump is one of my favorite actors, but his name. So after that I got introduced to Jack Nicholson, and I saw him for the first time at the movie of uh, The Departure or something, where he was like portraying the father to a cunning cop. What was that movie? Anyway, I got introduced to Jack Nicholson, and for me, Jack Nicholson is one of the greatest actor. Means I say that about everyone because I think is overrated. I am overrated, and his newest film that I watched was as good. It is as good as it gets, and it was insufferable. It was pathetic, and that fucking kiss scene was weird to watch because he looked like he was in 80s and the girl was in 20s. Oh, I forgot to add that after that time I watched 500 Days of Summer alongside with La La Land and The Internal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. Movies like that would give me some kind of depression, and I would enjoying that. I wouldn't say I wasn't enjoying that. So anyway, as I was saying, being a cinephile is too many things at one time, and you mostly learn to adapt. But if you don't learn to adapt, that would be bad. Somehow it will be bad. I'm just editing a video right now, so you know be patient with me. So anyway, what was the movie that I was talking about right now? Forrest Gump, Jack Nicholson, the collection of Jack Nicholson. Then I got into the Tarantino, and Tarantino makes some of the most engaging movies. I don't think he is a great, means, those proclaimed director that everything should be like subtle, nothing should be over the top. But he makes like movies feel like movies, not like pictures. Like he make the accent, he makes everything look so cinematic and so beautifully adapted. I don't think he uses a book, but the dialogue he uses is engaging. Means watching a movie should be a combination of both audio and visual, and mostly movie make it about like audio and few subtle hits of means गाली उली देता है, but this movie is the collection of Tarantino is few of greatest. Then Inglorious Bastard, that was also peak Tarantino movie. Once Upon a Time Hollywood, it was again a peak movie. And means if you don't want to be a cinephile and enjoy some of the greatest movie and still be called a movie enthusiast, go watch some of the Tarantino's work. You will not regret it. He makes some of the greatest movie. Then again after that time I gave Seven again watch, and I would say that I don't understand that movie much except the part where he said, "What's in the box? What's in the box? What's in the box?" This is all I have to say about this movie. Then I got into Barryland. No, this movie was again like after some time, and I thought this movie is great, but I don't think I was watching this movie. But yeah, anyway, after that one movie, I moved to watching Chinatown. I saw some clips like Chinatown has some of the greatest twist in the movie, and it was mostly incest, and I don't like incest, so I didn't like that movie as well. Means if you remove the incest part, that movie is still a good one. I don't think why they include the incest part. Then Dog Day Afternoon was also a great movie, but that last angle where he says the gay part, I didn't like that, but it was like good. Then Godfather is again one of the classics. There is Till now, I haven't watched Inception, and I don't regret it because I gave it a watch like 30 minutes, one too many times, and I didn't understand what it was saying. So, Jack Nicholson, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, Jaws. I I watched like 90 movies, The Apartment, then Taxi Driver. Then after Lawrence of Arabia, I thought being a cinephile is not my thing, and I quit doing it because I hate it. And for now, Sixth Sense and I'm Atticus is the movie that I will be watching, but I don't think I'm capable enough. So be a funny, pregnant donkey. Don't consider yourself an artist if you're not. Be a fake cinephile. That is what I would suggest. Thank you very much.